You're too busy getting your Facebook on. I get editorials on ballerstatus.com.
This exercise ain't for you and I. We keep running back and forth like suicides. We catch each other in stupid lies, and we're both too stubborn to swallow our foolish pride. And all those tears got us drowning. Since when did we start playing? Who can yell the loudest? By my count, it's you winning by 1,000. You're not a fair game, cause you always keep fouling. You bring up work and music in every issue. What you think boys business, doing pleasure with you? It's more than that, I'll take you with all your flaws and all your bags if you take me with all my raps.
We're out here on the Warped Tour. How's Warped Tour been treating you guys so far?
It's been great, really good. It's been hot every day, sweaty, tiring, but a lot of good bands, a lot of good friends, so it's been rad.
Good stuff. And like you mentioned with friends, it's real cool about Warped Tour. Always barbecue every once in a while.
Yeah.
And early on in the tour, rolling through the barbecue area, and this gentleman right here, Vinny Vegas, storming a nasty party, bumping nothing but hip hop.
Right.
So, which led to this. So, want to talk a little about hip hop. I know that, of course, All Time Low, super respected in the pop punk scene. But you guys are big into hip hop. So, what kind of relationship do y'all have with hip hop, and how's it inspired you growing up? What have you been listening to?
The funny thing is, I think that a lot of people don't realize about our band is that there's a whole other side to our band that obviously you don't necessarily see in the music that we play, but it definitely shines through a little bit in the subculture of like where pop punk's come today. There is actually a little bit of hip hop influence in that scene itself. Down to like the high top shoes and stuff like that. Just a lot of it's overflowed. So through that whole thing, it's always kind of, we've all been fans of hip hop coming up.
Well, there's no way out of this, so let's stay in. Every storm that comes also comes to an end.
For anywhere from listening to like Jurassic 5 and Tribe Called Quest, like when I was a lot younger, because I had an older brother, and I think that's how I discovered a lot of the stuff that I listen to now.
I
think it's something different to listen to when you're around like pop punk and you're listening to like All Time Low or any other band we tour with. It's something totally different to listen to that you don't get to see every night. So I learned to appreciate it a little bit more because it's a totally other.
It's something to get crunk to, right? It's a little different to get crunk to.
For sure.
So you mentioned how you kind of got the influence from your older brother a lot in the style and the culture. How about in your guys' actual music? Do you see any influences or anything that stems from hip hop music that you bring into your own music and your creative process?
It's pretty funny. Like a lot of people, it goes over their heads, but every now and then I'll throw a lyric or a nod to a hip hop song into one of our lyrics just to kind of like see if anybody notices.
Yes.
So I've done that a couple times, and then like there's a few songs on our last record that definitely have some like Beastie Boy references and like influence from them, especially like in the earlier days when they were combining hip hop with rock and live instruments and stuff like that.
I want to segue into, do you see yourself doing any collaborations with any hip hop artists?
What's funny is we've talked about it many times in the past, and it's just one of those things that's never quite worked out. We've always talked to Travi from Gym Class. That was like a first very direct connection, but then with our last record that we put out on Interscope, we made a lot of connections because obviously that's Shady Records and all that stuff is over there.
You are my puppets. You will do what I say. I have a few methods for success up my sleeve. First one, product placement.
So there was always talk of working with someone on that side of things, and then I've done some stuff with David Banner that's never been heard, but yeah, David Banner and I go way back. Like we met at an award show at the VMAs one year, and he's like the nicest dude ever, and I was just a little punk rock kid, and he came up, he was like, dude, like, let me get your number, we should do something one day. So we've always been in communications, and I think he's doing a bunch of acting now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So like, I think when he gets his mind back into music, we might end up doing something, who knows. And actually, funny thing is we've always shared some stuff with multiple producers on our records, and actually in the past we did a few songs with Tricky.
Oh, dope.
And Tricky and Dream. So that's sort of like the closest I think we've gotten to the hip hop world. Dream is more on
Who would you pick on behalf of All Time Low, Mr. Vinny Vegas, for them to do some collabs with? Who are some of your favorites you'd like to see All Time Low do stuff with?
I would be cool if they did Mac Miller. I think that'd be a good bridge. I mean, he just played Bamboozle, and that's kind of like maybe
Let's sell sex.
Everybody getting kinda chronic.
You write all your lyrics and all that, and you mentioned that you have some references to some hip hop songs. Do you ever see yourself maybe writing something with a little more rap edge to it? Can you drop a little rap? Drop a little rap for us, right?
I don't know how good I am at freestyle. I've never tried that. But honestly though, I've in terms of like creativity and stuff like that, you know, I've always been just musically driven, not necessarily specifically to this genre. You know, that's just what this band does. But going forward, you know, I think there's so many opportunities for me as a writer to expand outwards. You know, I've always wanted to write for other artists, to work with other artists separately of All Time Low. So I think there's definitely a lot of potential in the future as you see me kind of grow as a songwriter and, you know, maybe grow outside of this band a little bit to start flexing my muscles in different genres. And I think hip hop would be an awesome place to go with it.
So there you go, All Time Low, giving you some insight on their passion for hip hop. Any last words? Any last shout outs?
Listen to G-Eazy on the Marley stage.
Yeah.
Dude is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Peace.